Hello, thanks for stopping by the Sister Cousins Lifestyle channel. My name is Sandy, and if this is your first video of mine of the year, happy 2026. I am very excited for the new year. I'm always excited when the new year comes in because that's the time that I really take to reflect on what it is that I want to accomplish for the year. I don't necessarily do vision boards per se, but I do like to kind of document my goals in video form. So here I am today to kind of share out loud what it is that I have planned for my home for this year. You know, over here we do all things home decor. We decorate the home. We go out shopping for home decor inspiration. We do a lot of thrifting. We do all of the things, and I plan to continue with that for this year. Now, several years ago, I shared on the channel that I had switched directions with the way that I approach things in my home or adding things to my home. So I thought it would be a good idea today to take a step back, look at one of my previous videos, and I'm going to kind of react to that video and kind of share if I'm still on that same track or if I'm making some pivots or whatever along the way. If that makes any sense at all, hopefully it does. So we're going to go back to 2023, which is when I first pivoted with direction of my home and started to talk about elevating my home and being more intentional and things like that. And I've tried to do that over the last few years, but I want to revisit the things that I set in place at that time because I want to make sure that directionally I'm going the right way for 2026. So let's go ahead and get started so that this will all kind of come together for you and make some sense. It's always good to go back and look at what you did in the past just so that you can really evaluate your growth, your elevation, all of the things that you said you were going to do. This allows me to do that as well. So let's go back in time. So at this point in my life, I'm very reflective in my life, and I try to be very, very intentional in everything that I do. I want to experience the best of life. I appreciate everything. I want to really be in the moment of new experiences and things like that. And one of the things that I want to do for 2024 is I want to be more intentional around my home. So you're probably saying, what does that mean? Well, I just want to be very intentional in that the things that I'm bringing into my home and the things that I'm doing around my home are things that will really create more of a legacy or memories for my family. And I want to be able to walk through my home and kind of talk about the memories. You know, I watch a lot of Homeworthy on YouTube, and it's so interesting to hear the people walk through their home and they have such stories about, things that they have curated for their home. And I say, I don't really do that. Now, I have definitely continued to watch Homeworthy. Homeworthy has continued to inspire me. And the thing that I like about Homeworthy the most is that it can inspire you no matter what your decor style is, no matter what you're seeing in people's homes, because they're really, really, for me, the inspiration is making it your own and how to fill your home up with memories and how to curate things that you're going to love forever, not just things that are cute, but things that are truly forever pieces that you're going to want to look at year after year after year. And so that has really inspired me. It also inspired me to create a legacy wall in my home where I just kind of took some old pictures of my grandparents, great grandparents, and I had them printed up, blown up, and created this wall, not only for myself, just so that I can remember them, but also for my grandchildren who never got a chance to meet them. So I got that concept from Homeworthy. I don't know that I ever saw anybody specifically do that, but it sparked that idea in me, if that makes any sense. So that's what I like about Homeworthy, not to take what they're doing and replicating it in my home, because their story is not my story. My story is my story and my story alone. So I like that because it kind of brings that out in me and helps me to think of different ways that I can incorporate that in my home. So I do still watch Homeworthy. I love it. I love Architectural Digest as well. And there's many, many others that I watch out there. But yeah, that's one thing that I've been watching now since 2023. And I'm continuing to watch it. I can't wait for new episodes to come out.
Now I want to take that step back and say, what do you really want in your home? I want my home to be warm. I want it to be full of memories. I want it to be full of stories. I want to be able to look at things and it brings back memories of special things to me. And so in order to do that, I need to put the thought into what I'm bringing into the home and not let the stores tell me what to bring into my home. To already know the full look, the full vision of my home and what I want that to look like. And then I want to go out and seek those things and really put that thought and effort into it. So that's one of the changes that you'll see on my channel going forward. Is there will be a lot more thoughtfulness, a lot more creating memories, of the things that I bring into my home. And you'll start to see things flow from one space to the other. I want that to be a part of it. So yeah, you'll see a lot less shopping hauls for 2024. Pray for me on that. But yeah, there'll be less shopping hauls. There will be shopping hauls, but you will see that I will start to have a lot more or share more of my vision in terms of where I'm going with my home.
Now, I have definitely started to put a lot more thought into things before I bring them in. It has been taking me so much longer to decorate a space than it used to because of me being more intentional. Like I used to just see a space, good case in point will be a gallery wall that I have literally now been just having it in limbo for the last 6 months or more. Over Christmas time, I put the backdrop up so that I could just kind of forget about the fact that it's in limbo. But I've still been thinking about what it is that I want that space to look at. And so I've been approaching all of my things that I do in the home with that in mind, like, really, really make a good decision because the plan is not to change it again in 2 months. The plan is that this is going to be, something that you're going to live with for a while.
And I won't be changing things as often either. I will be purchasing more forever things in my home that can transition from one season to the next because I'll continue to decorate for the seasons, but there will be items that will be staples in the home, if you will.
So I have been carrying colors from one season to the next in my home. I used to change the colors for every season or whatever. I haven't been doing that lately. I've been using the same colors. So I started using more of the browns in my home in the fall of last year. In the summer, I go a little bit lighter, but in the fall, I went with some browns that I added into my staple black and white. And then I use the browns for Christmas. I'm going to be using the browns for the winter. And then when spring comes around, I'll probably lighten things up just a little bit, but no more totally switching out colors and doing all of that. That was too expensive. And plus, for me, it wasn't giving me enough time to really enjoy the things that I was putting down. I want to be able to enjoy the things that I have purchased or invested in for my home. And so I'm really doing that. And I must say, I like it. I like it a lot better because I'm enjoying the things that I have curated and collected for my home. And so, yeah, that was a good move. I like that.
Another thing that I want to do in my home is some upgrades. So when I got my home back in 2018, I believe, I'm not sure when, but not too long ago. And it was a new build. And if you've ever built a home before and were not blessed enough to have it custom built, you know that the builders, they cut corners. Wherever they can, they will cut a corner. And so there are things in my home that I just want to kind of take my home to another level. I don't know if this is my forever home, but I want it to feel like a forever space, at least for now.
So one of the projects that I tackled last year was my laundry closet. It was a disaster. It wasn't really built for functionality. It didn't have any cabinets or anything to kind of hide my cleaning supplies, washing supplies, that type of thing. So I did a very budget friendly project in here where I just had some cabinets installed, and I was able to kind of conceal all those things that were so unsightly and on top of my washer and dryer before. So this was one change that I truly, truly love. I wanted to take the carpet off of my steps. That was supposed to be my main project for 2025, is what I was planning to do. I priced it. I had the people come out and do an estimate. It was very expensive, but in that same time that I was considering making the investment, because I looked at that as a true investment for my home to increase the value, whatever, a more aesthetically pleasing staircase or whatever. But I started to think about the fact that I am getting older and a staircase without carpet could be a danger for me. So I kind of backed off of that. And instead, I did something that was a little bit more budget friendly just to give that space more of an upgrade, if you will, very, very budget friendly. I just painted the banisters, which were the traditional wooden banisters. I painted them black. That's my signature color, love black. I also decided to paint that wall heading upstairs in the black just to give it a more dramatic look. I also changed my entryway lighting. So I have a uh, ceiling that's very, very high, and there's like 15-foot ceiling, maybe more. I'm not sure. It's a small space, but it's still, it goes up. So I wanted to draw your eye up when you come into my home. So I switched out that builder grade chandelier and put a modern light fixture in there, which I love. And that's truly an investment piece for the home because I won't take that with me if I do move to another home. So I did that, and I mentioned earlier too. I think that I've done a lot more lighting changes to the home, like trying to get rid of all the builder grade lights. So all budget friendly product projects, but I definitely have shifted my focus from bringing in decor pieces to doing things to my home to increase the value of the home and to really invest in my investment. So some of the plans that I have for this year, I know is that I need to do some maintenance things to my home. Like I mentioned, I've been in this home now for 8 years, and it was, a new build, and the quality of materials and things that they use to build the homes these days is just not meant to last. And so I've got some things that I need to work on. So one of the things is that I have some boards in my floor in the kitchen that nobody seems to know what happened to it. I don't know. It's a mystery, but the floor is messed up and I've got to get that fixed. Another thing that I have to do, or that I would like to do this year, is to paint my home. This was something else that I had no idea. There is what's called builder grade paint. I never knew that. I knew that paint had different levels or whatever, but I didn't realize that the builder grade was the lowest of the lowest of the low, right? So my walls are in desperate need of painting over the years. And because it was a construction site for the first year that I was here, with the dust and all of the things that happened with that, and then with me trying to wash walls and things like that, the builder grade paint will come off with a magic eraser, or whatever chemicals or whatever that you're using to try to clean your walls. I found that the paint would come off. So I've got some, painting that needs to be done. So that's a project that may not be very, very exciting for you as a viewer, but I'm excited about it. And I'm going to take this opportunity to kind of add more color, more texture, things like that into my wall. So I may as well take advantage of the time, since I have to do this as a maintenance thing, to kind of be as creative as I want to be with it. Now, I am a neutral girl, so I'm not going to go crazy. I have done a few accent walls in my home. I did this one here in my studio in this hunter green or dark green color. I did the staircase coming up to my upstairs space. I painted that wall black. Love that. Love that. I love that dramatic contrast. So I'll probably do a little bit more in that line, not necessarily black or green, but we'll play around with some things there. So that's going to be coming to the home. Those are two maintenance items that I know that I have to do. And like I said, there will be shopping hauls, but there will just be, with more intent involved. And I definitely will continue to go around to all of the stores and take you along with me so that we can look at what they have in the stores for decor inspiration. That's one of my favorite things to do. So hopefully you enjoyed that as well. So I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you again. If you are still watching, I appreciate. I know this video was very different from what I normally do, but I thought it was good to take a moment to kind of reflect back on where I've been and, talk a little bit about where I want to go with my home projects, with my home decor. If you're currently not subscribed to my channel, I would like to take this opportunity also to ask that you consider hitting that subscribe button. It's free, it doesn't cost you anything to do that. You can also hit the post notification bell, which will notify you each time I upload a video. And if you hit the like video, also that lets me know that you like the video, you like this type of content. So that helps my channel a lot as well. To my returning family members, thank you so much for your support. I appreciate each and every one of you. And I look forward to you coming along with me on this home decor journey in 2026. Thanks everyone for watching, and I hope to see you all over here on my next one. Bye bye.